welcome back to the stream. How's your night go? How are your nights going? Okay, enough of that. Well, you ready? Okay, here's the guy you've been waiting for, the big man. Not the actual big man, not like Santa Claus, but here he is.
Big fat Bella time.
Woo! Hey, but guys, I'm gonna have to go to bed in like 5 minutes because I got school tomorrow. So, yeah.
You've been doing a lot of homeschool this week because of all the ice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Sam, for the intro. Time to get going on some game making. There's Code.
Hey, what's up, Lost and Code?
He said he gave you some subscriptions on YouTube. Code, how's your day been, man? I know we've been chatting a little bit. Yeah.
Can we take pictures if it's worse? It's worse. Maybe they're still there.
Yeah, you can use your phone if you want.
Okay. Hey, I'm just gonna just grab my phone. Okay, it's on the bed, so I'm not going anywhere. Be right back.
All right.
Should I say BRB?
Let's see. So we'll figure out the GitHub thing. Right now I'm just firing up the cloud save. So I think I know what the issue might be because the save files, and we can go into it in more detail together offline, but let me show and tell here. So I've got clone 1 and clone 2. Clone 1 is on the left, and it has corrupted assets, which are not displaying properly. And then the same exact, a clone of the same exact repository.
I'm back.
All the assets are working. And these got corrupted just from trying to load them up in gdevelop. And I think it has something to do with the system messing with the binary file or something. So I'll get it sorted. But I'm sorry to hear you're slightly unwell. It really sucks.
Yeah, so you're not feeling well? Well, neither am I. I've been feeling sick for months, but I've still been fighting through it.
Yeah, sometimes we gotta roll with the punches, huh? Oh, so I figured tonight what I might do is, yeah, it's a strange bug. Add it to the list, man. Just add it to the list. So I figured what I might do tonight is just work on some cleanup. Oops. So we can open up the resources file or page here. Yeah, just keep on going. I'm gonna at least get rid of a bunch of stuff that we're not needing. So we have like all these leftover iOS icons. Now I know there's a remove unused option on here. And I was trying to see, I'm trying to remember because I might have some assets that I am not using yet that I do want to use. So I'm hesitant to use that option. So I'm going to come in here and just delete some stuff that I'm not using manually, and at least that'll help a little bit on the make the project a little bit less complex. don't think there's any way to just select a few at a time. It's been pretty chilly here still. I think it was chilly last time I was on here, but yeah, we got down into the single digits Fahrenheit, so about 30 below freezing. And what's interesting is where I live here in Oklahoma, we do get all 4 seasons, so it does get cold. We do get ice in the winter, more ice than snow actually, but we're not usually that cold. And last night, on the world weather map, we were colder than like parts of Alaska and colder than Iceland, which is just kind of nuts. There's like a big U shape going through North America, and the U was cold that was dipping down through Central America. Not Central America, but Central North America. Well, you would probably you would thrive here then. Gray button hovered. Are we using this? I don't think I'm using this anymore. Anyway, that's a default thing. We can bring that in if needed. Grass. We're not using that anymore either. Let's get rid of those. This road stuff. Don't need that. These are remnants of the very first, when I put this project together during a game jam. So we're going to say farewell to these. I really liked this sort of like old school looking castle. I don't really have any rights to it. I just used it for free for the project, and that was it. Kind of enjoy it though. It's kind of a throwback. But time to say farewell. It's on itch.io or something if anyone wants to go purchase it. This zombie thing, we're not using that. Definitely good. Definitely good. Honestly, doing cleaning and housekeeping virtually or even like in real life, it's crazy how much of a difference it makes sometimes. What's up, Sam?
Well, hey, Code, I would like to stay longer, but I do gotta get some sleep for school tomorrow, so peace out.
Sam clocking out for the night.
Hey, I'll see maybe next Friday or something like that. Because I'm going to be at my dad's, and he'll be picking me up from here because he has work, so yeah. Well, peace out.
Yep. He says you're good, bud. Get some Z's.
Hey, hope you get feeling better.
Good guy, that Sam. Cobblestone floor. Next video when, Sam? I think he's talking to you. He says, next video when?
So you're asking when my next video will be? It's gonna be maybe I might start one on Monday. So yeah. Well, peace out.
Yep. Get some rest, dude.
Yep.
Don't need this. Don't need this. He wants to see the taste test, Sam, so we'll have to try for Monday, right?
Hey, but what kind of food do you think I should try? Code.
Small plastic green round slider thumb. We'll keep that. What is this? That's being used somewhere else. Oh. These are all being used. As far as I know. Not sure why there are two different versions of this.
Hey, Code, what kind of food should I do? What I'll let you choose. Better be something I like.
Spell. Spider. Not sure if I'm using that either, but I'll wait to delete that one. I'm actually going to end up getting rid of all of the scenes with buildings. Besides the tower itself. The towers themselves.
I might do that. I might do like canes or something. Maybe something else. I might do something. So I'll definitely do it. Well, actually, good night and yeet.
Okay, Jey Uso. Let's see. It's kind of hilarious that that's my fire particle. Let's see. I'm not going to get everything in this particular sweep through, but we'll get a lot. I still need to get an actual design for the shield enemy. Because right now, kind of as a joke, I have these kite shields spawning as particles for the shielder enemy. What else? We got all those buttons, some towers. Need to replace this little friendly guy too. That's from some other game, but it's a placeholder for now. Yeah, maybe a simple glow effect on like the like a glow effect on the basic enemy or something like that. Because the shield itself, for the time being, is this sort of bubble. So.
Oh, and do you know where the remote is?
I don't. Maybe look on the couch.
Okay.
Let's see. We don't need these. What were these for? Let's get rid of those. Don't need the camera, but I think I need to also delete the object. Not using a camera. I might eventually. This is maybe like a wish list item, which I guess I could throw up on Trello. But eventually, and definitely low priority right now, a nice to have would be to have a wider screen and then have the option for the player to zoom in. Because right now I feel like it plays a little bit too close And I think cameras will come into use when that happens. Let's see if I have one in here. Okay, looks like it did delete. Let me see if I have any events for camera. I do not. Good. Very good. Let's go ahead and save. Anyway, I was just saying, sometimes cleaning up and organizing, whether virtually or like physically, does you just a little bit of mental good. Okay, what? This is New Sprite 28. What a fantastic name. Why is it called that? Flame cone, flame triangle. Are we using flame triangle in the events? I hope not. Triangle. No, let's get that out of here. Delete. Confirm. And get rid of the resource. Boom. Yeah, for sure. You can definitely do a tower defense like Bloons without camera. For sure. I'm definitely taking a lot of the lessons learned from this development, because obviously I don't want to drag this out for like another year. That'd be ridiculous. So, but I am hoping to get this thing commercially finished, you know, I would say commercially released by summer, and then, you know, beta out before then, obviously. But then if I do a follow-up game, I'll take all the lessons learned here, but then maybe know where to add on some of those bonus features that didn't work their way into this one. I'm interested to do multiplayer. Flame, I don't think we're using this. This was for an old flame thrower. Bigger view means you would need to edit spawns and then have zones for non-tower areas. Exactly, yeah. So it's definitely more of an uplift, which is exactly why I was saying, like, nice to have. And I'm saying it that way because what you're saying is exactly right. It would be a decent uplift level of effort. %. Okay, we have next game is Wave Defense. I don't know yet. I haven't given my actual next project much thought so far. I was talking about doing that Wave Defense game. It would be pretty fun to switch it up and do a Wave Defense. I think that Wave Defense is pretty saturated, but again, I'm not needing these to sell for like profit. So it can make a pretty fun one. And yeah, keeping it in the same world is something that some pros have talked about doing, is not just selling one game, but selling sort of a, what do you call it? A world, a package. That way, maybe a particular game genre or play style of one game doesn't necessarily appeal to someone, but maybe they like the overall style, so they play the other game, right? Or if they like both, more power to them. I think that's a pretty good idea. Black hole particles, arcane particle. All right, some levels, icon. Could always have the last light that is moving through a level and you need to protect it while getting upgrades. Yeah, you could. You could be maybe like a little wisp or something like that. Some explosions here. Some mushroom blasts. Okay, new sprite 3. That's in the game. I'll leave that there for now, just in case we want it. Meteors are in the game. Okay, these are... So we have a sprite sheet, but I've already chopped it up into different sprites. So I don't think we need the sprite sheet. I'm going to try deleting that and see if that's okay. Yeah, a list of games set in the same world. It sounds pretty nice, honestly. Because it does some of the decision making for you too, doesn't it? You have all the game design decisions to make, but you already have a direction for the art style and the theme. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of testing multiplayer builds, but I know they've made that a little bit smoother as well. And really, it seems like a tower defense game. It's not even like a first-person shooter kind of game where you have a whole bunch of different checks to make on both sides at the same time. It's mostly UI. You know, you click on a thing, you take control of a tower. It's really not that bad. You don't even have player characters. So a lot more work, but I think it would be a lot more fun too if people are into that. What is this? Oh, this is actually a particle image. Some old pressed pipe I hear. Lightning. That is misspelled. Lightening. It's lightening up the room. It's rather 2D looking, but I think that with the glow effect I put on it, it looks fine in the game. I mean, it is 2D, but it's rather cartoony looking, but I think I'm getting away with it. Did you do any, or, let me think. You've done multiplayer games in GDevelop, right? Or you've at least played around with it? Couldn't remember if you had anything on your page that was multiplayer. By the way, I left on your tap runner that one time I played it. And I left it on while I went out and did errands, and I came back and I had like all these points. All right, let's see. I've got a couple versions of this. Let's get rid of this. It's a really large file. And get rid of this. Those are some of the largest files in the game. You had an idea for a game where one player is the platform character and the other player builds the level as they go. That sounds like a challenge for sure as a player. I like fun games with a hook like that. Because, you know, there's no way like a big studio is going to pay to make a game like that. So it's like the indie devs who can bring those crazy ideas to the market. We've got some Bob Ross here. Sorry to say it, Bob, but you got to go. You served us well. All right, new sprite. What was this for? It was a placeholder. Think it can go. Here's another Bob Ross. Why is this here? Why do I have it like that? Tip, insert whatever. Well, we don't need that like that anyway. Got some comments on your game idea generator that says it's not a game. Do people know that games are really just apps? It's kind of funny. Let's get rid of... Actually, we need both. We have a higher resolution slime here that Blaze made. I'm going to get it out of the engine, though. I have it locally. I had to scale it down. It was like 1,000 by 1,000. So the only comments on your game idea generator were that it wasn't a game? I think I'm going to remove this. Blaze made that too. I found it intriguing because it reminds me of Gemcraft Chasing Shadows or something. And I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. You said you had mostly good feedback and you're still adding to it. Nice. I do like that about using GD games. You do tend to get some feedback because they issue those points. You think once this game is done, I should do that game jam? It would be a nice way to get out of the TD mindset, ready for the next game. Yeah, no, I'm ready. Some of the pros say once they get done making their games, and like it's actually done. Obviously, you might have patches or something, but they tend to want to brain dump because they have all these ideas and logic stuck in their head from the game, and it always just kind of sits there because you're working on this project that's there even when you're not at the computer. So yeah, I think you're right. Doing something to kind of distract and flush all that away would be really nice. And it's like, again, a game jam it's stressful, but it's also like it's not real pressure. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And if you ever figure out this GitHub junk, and maybe we get Blaze and some artists on board, we should do a little group jam. I think that'd be a lot of fun. All right, why do I have two of my book? So this was an actual book that I took a picture of. It is a journal I picked up in Kuwait. I don't think it's Kuwaiti made. It's probably Indian. But why do I have two? One is probably the low res version. Although they seem different. No, they're the same. Right? I'm really not even sure anymore. Yeah, a joint game would be a lot of fun. Okay. All right, let me go look at the book because I know where this is. It would be skill. No, it would be test book scene. Well, I mean, it's right here. It's a skill book. Okay, so that's using icon book blank 0. So I should be able to get rid of the other one, in theory. But what I'll do is, to be safe, I'm gonna download that one, save in downloads folder, done, and now we'll get rid of it. Book / or underscore blank. Price in mind for this game? It's a good question. I would tend to come off as more humble, and I'd say here's a $5 game, have fun. But some people are saying to be very cautious of underpricing your own game because you can sabotage it. Because you do want to be able to get some visibility by engaging in sales. So you need enough price to be able to say knock off 25%, 40%, so that you can have the visibility so that people can actually find it to play it in the first place. So I'm not sure exactly. I'm thinking 7-ish, maybe up to 10. I don't think it would be above 10, just because it's not going to have 100 hours of content. So somewhere between probably 7 and 10. And I think that Steam will provide a suggestion, and the wise have told me, take that suggestion, because Steam knows. But what do you think? What comes to your mind? Just looking at it. If it was all working, because I think you have a good enough idea of what's going into the game. Let's say we had 100 levels of everything that's been planned. My skills, the skills menu thing works, and you can do your upgrades and customize the difficulty of the levels. What would come to your mind? You always click the under 7 tab to see what's around or on the offer. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. And so if my game was originally priced at 10, then when it's hitting those sales, it would pretty easily go down to 7. That kind of thing. Yeah, 15 would allow for really good sales. New sprite. We can get rid of this. Don't need that one. Okay, I've got 2 of these. Same exact thing. Which is really not good to have in the game, because that's a larger image. That I think is, I think it's, I know I scrunched it in Piskel somewhere. Let me see if I'm actually using that high-res version anywhere. So global icon. So if I open this one, okay, that is the high-res version. So am I really using that and then scaling it down? Oh, I guess I am, because that's being used as a background thing, so I cannot delete that right now. Okay, so let's go to the resources again. Oh, actually, let me double check, because there are 2 of them. Which one is it? Yeah, add a random map generator in your golden. Yeah, that would be a good next step for sure. Yeah, the levels are fairly handcrafted right now, right? So, but I'm hoping that with the difficulty thing. Ooh, let me see here. Sorry, it's been a long day. Words are coming slowly to me, but the map building scene. I think that if I can really get this little piece squared away, because like I think that the player upgrades, tower upgrades, those are all honestly pretty standard. But if I can make this really in depth, I think that's going to feed into that replayability and the whole risk reward thing. So for example, like, not just difficult things, but things that are like kind of unique and custom, like fiery fissures that randomly spawn and burn your towers. There's a chance for those to happen, but not on every level. Okay, so that's a global object. And the global object is using, it's just a random name. It's called day 8 parentheses 34. It's called that because I edited it in Canva and then downloaded it. Day 8 34. Okay, so I've got a day 834 and then a day 834.png. Like .png is part of the name. Which means we don't need that one. I hope. Let me download one just to be safe. Yeah, you're going to love the naming conventions. Only the strictest naming conventions here at Korybon Studios. I'm going to rename this asset as well. We'll just call this Scroll High Res. Only the strictest. Completion sprite. Don't need that for long. All right, we have a high-res tree file here. Tower base tier 6. Obviously, that's a tower image. I'm not sure if I'm keeping it like that exactly, but we'll find out. So if I go to tower objects. Okay, so tower base. Tower base is every tower. Oh, I thought I added that to the game. Did I not? I meant to replace this one right here. Let me add a sprite. That should already be in the engine too. Let me go to my assets folder here on the desktop. It's not right there. Okay, let me look over here somewhere. Okay, I found it. It is that one, which I'm pretty sure is going to be big. I thought it was. What size are we talking here? We're talking... Okay, that's actually about right. Cancel that. And let's get rid of this one from the tower. For now, at least. Obviously, coming back, most of these are probably placeholder or at least semi-placeholder. I'd like to make them all myself. I'm just holding off on doing that until I know exactly what I want. But Blaze made this little tree thing, and I think it might look good. Let's test that out real quick. Yeah, that works. It still works. It could use some attention, but yeah, all subject to change. I mean, really, it's not that art is easy. It's more that I only want to do the art once. The logic is changing every day, so, and the game design changes every week. So for that reason, a lot of stuff is considered placeholder. But I did make the decision. The board of officials in my head made the formal decision to nix any sort of objects in the maps like this thing, which has been here since the beginning. So it's kind of sad to see it go. But the objects like this will ruin the scale of the game, especially if they're not done right. Because they're going to dwarf the towers, which are towers, not dwarves. So we can't have that. Can't have trees unless they're scaled like way down. But even then, we don't have wind, but it looks kind of 3D realistic. So without wind, it would look kind of statuesque. Exactly, yeah. Like you could do it. It would just be, the players would know, right? The players are not dumb. But if you have something like just this ground, leaves could give away scale for sure. But if it's even more granular, you know, you can kind of squint your eyes and fool yourself a little more easily. Oh, the tree tower. Yeah, it would need to be like... We might, if we do a tree as a tower, we might need to change it to be more like a redwood or something. It would need to look old, probably. Like you're putting in this tree beard tower. I know what you're saying. Okay, so I think the one I just put in... I don't even know anymore. Let me just... One of them is scaled. Let's delete that one. Let's get rid of the higher res one. And I think this is the one I just put in. Let me make sure I didn't break it. Yeah, for sure. You're right. I did break it. Yes. I love it when that happens. All right, let's go back to the tower base here. I'm going to rename it, though. That's kind of crazy. Kind of a crazy name right now. Tree tower. All right, choose files. Tree tower, open. Get rid of that broken one and apply. Let's save before we crash. Toxic Swamp, we're using that. That's being used. Magic Scroll, we are not using these. Man, GDevelop really stores a lot of stuff. Like if you drag an object into the game from the asset store and then you delete the object because you just wanted to see what it looks like, GDevelop on the back end is like, no, we remember. We're keeping that asset. Not sure if I'm using a blue slider anywhere, but for now I'll leave those there. Really don't think I am, but we'll see. Yeah, no, it's a good looking tree. You did a good job on it. Okay, we're using those. I have... Let me see. I don't think I need these because we have... Again, he made me that pouch. So we do have original art. We don't need this one. Okay, I don't need these crappy swords. Alright, we've got two versions of this. One of them got cut off, so I'm going to assume we don't need that version of it. There's another backpack. So many versions of it. It clutters so fast. I'm assuming one of these is the original and one is a scaled. Let's see. Although they don't look different. Let me look at the actual scene. What do I call it? Backpack. Bag. Inventory button. It's using backpack _3, and we don't need this other animation. Okay, let's get rid of this one then. Moving on, moving on. Couple different parchment thingies here. Alpha and Alpha 2. Why do I have two different ones? Double click the asset on screen, never mind. Sorry, sometimes I get caught up in what I'm doing and I read chat slowly. My bad. So this is actually my physical desktop. Which was interesting because it's not real wood. I was going to see if I could find the before and after. I did a lot of doctoring on a really crappy photo I took with my phone. Oh, is this it? No, that's just the after. Where's the before? I want to find the before real quick. It's kind of funny. Yeah, no, it does look like wood now. It's wood-like, but it's definitely laminate. You can tell in real life. But it definitely did the trick for the game, and I'm happy with it. It was just funny how bad the original was, and I still got it to work. It was like a low-light situation. I didn't have flash because the flash made it glare. One second here. This is me right now thinking about where I put this thing. No idea. All right, well. We're not going to see it, but yeah, we got it to work. And then put a little bit of blur on it, use it as a background somewhere. I just needed to see why I have two of these and where I'm using them. So Parchment Alpha, that's being used probably nowhere now. I think I had it as a loot object, and then I replaced the loot sprite. Search scroll. Yeah, none of these. Green, red, blue. Is there anything called parchment? There is, but that's a different thing. That's a tileable sprite. Tileable. Yeah, that's you trying to think of what game to mess around. Oh, here it is. So that is a global map UI icon. And it's using Alpha 2. So let's delete the other one. And hope for the best. I also imported this thing. Haven't used it yet so far. All right, there's a Fisher's sprite sheet. We don't need the sprite sheet. We have the sprites. I'm going to delete that. Yes, delete. And it seems like I have every sprite multiple times. Not ideal. 1, 0, 1A. Okay, so let me look. Yeah, we got a lot. We've deleted so much. This is going to help. Even if we still have that bug with the asset folder corrupting. Man, I think we've trimmed out several hundred now. So I think we were at like 1250 or something. Granted, I added 250 or something like that. 150 just from that fire sprite that I added during the last stream. Right here. But, nonetheless, we were over 1,000 already. So we were looking at the Fishers. And that is using, it says Fisher underscore 0, underscore number, underscore number. Okay. So we should be good to delete those other ones. The ones that say sprite sheet. Let's get rid of those. I was listening to, have you listened to that programmer guy? His nickname is Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob Clean Code. He has some presentations on clean coding. And I recommend giving it a quick Google and a listen sometime. He's really entertaining to listen to. And he was talking about, and being similar to me, you probably can understand this. Whenever you start a project, like a game jam game or something, as soon as you have the idea and you sit down in front of your development console, it seems like you can go really, really fast all up front. But then the further you go, the slower it gets. And that's the problem he is addressing, saying You think that you're going fast, but ultimately you're actually going slow by being sloppy. Especially for the bigger the project, the sloppier you are, the slower you will ultimately be in terms of delivering. It was really insightful, I thought. Even for my little project, I think that it applies. Old levels probably have a few you can delete eventually. Oh yeah, we're going to definitely delete some stuff out of the old levels. Let's see. Here's one of them. Let me just pull that up and... Can I post that? Yeah. Yeah, give it a listen sometime. He also has some on like the origin of programming. It's definitely worth a listen. And there's one of Blaze's images. I'll leave that there for now. I'll probably put like an Easter egg somewhere where people can find concept art from the game. It's got the darkness creeping up in the water tower. Okay, raindrop. As funny as that looks, I think we're actually using those, and it seems to work. You started using external events for player and enemy. Yeah, I'm gonna be leaning that way myself. I have a couple already, but it is nice. Because that's something I miss from doing, say, just raw coding, like, say, Java or C++. You have, like, just a bunch of text files, and you open one up. That's your class or your object or whatever. And it's all segregated from each other. But if you just go straight down your events sheet in GDevelop, it's easy to just lump everything into one. And then it becomes, what do you call it? It's inseparable, right? It's all linked together. But if you have those external events, that's basically a different file. And so they're separate now. And that's good, clean code. Blaze, what is going on, my friend? Welcome. It's kind of late for you, isn't it? Look at these. We've got 150 fire, whatever you call it, sprites. I actually have double that though, because I have the high res version and the scaled down version. I've got to delete 150 of these suckers. Because there's no way those are really big. There's no way those are going to fit in the game. For sure. And that separation is something I want to do on whatever my next bigger project is. But that I think to do that kind of refactoring on this project would maybe double the time. I don't think it would be worth it. But definitely on the next one. I'm using it for like external scenes and stuff, you know, leveling up and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I really do need one. They have this remove unused, but that's not very surgical. And I think I'll get rid of some stuff I need. It'd be nice to just select them like a normal, you know, Windows Explorer or something. Yeah, I've gone too far. It's time to just bring this thing home. We're rounding third base here. We're rounding third base. Okay, well, this is super annoying right here, but the good news is this brings me to the end of the asset purge session here. And I think Exactly, yeah. Which, you know, the more experienced people say, you know, fail and fail early. I have another friend who's been, and she's right about this, but she's been telling me to go ahead and do a Steam release for a really small game I did for a jam. It's basically a game jam game. She's saying go ahead and get it released on Steam, which I've already purchased the page for it. I just haven't set it up. That way I can learn that process before I launch this one. So that's also on my to-do list, and I need to do that as well. Expecting 0 sales from it? Yes. Expecting to learn the process, though, which will be invaluable for every other Steam release? Also, yes. Yeah. She's right about that. And she's not even a gamer, so that it's a business mindset. Okay, you can do this, Corey. Keep clicking. It's like soul sucking. Mind numbing, something like that. What game is it? It is... let's see, I can pull it up on itch without crashing this real quick. Poof Runner. Oh, I guess it's on GD Games as well. If only I could pay someone to do this. I should look into that sometime. Not sure if this will be loud or whatever. It's this game here. It's not super polished or anything. Super small, but she's saying to just get it out there for the learning experience. And you pick a character. Let me put in a earbud. I want to make sure I'm not blasting all out. I think they died. I'll just have to look at the meter over here. Let me know if it's deafening or anything. Yeah, it's just a side scroller. You know, you got your double jump, your dash. And it was under a game jam, the theme of which was unstable. So you go faster and faster until it's nigh uncontrollable, which is the unstable part of it. When the sun sets on the left side, you reach the portal. You continue, you have a few power-ups, max lives, number of jumps. And then as far as the risk reward, you can make the start speed faster so you can cover more ground more quickly, but it's also harder to control. You can make the days longer so you can have more loot to collect, but there's also more chance it'll hit something. So that's it. I think I only have about like 7 levels in here. I could definitely, you know, do a lot more with it. I just haven't spent any time on it since I made it. But that's the gist of it. Yeah, it could be a cool dollar game. And then it's called Poof Runner because when you die, it poofs into a puff of either feathers or llama tuft or whatever. And it does have a high score system. I'm the reigning champion, so be jealous. All right, back to boring stuff. Well, I guess Blaze graced us with his presence and then bounced. A quick hello. Well, I'm sure this is absolutely invigorating for anyone watching. Definitely a dirty deed needing done. Cleaning house. The end is in sight down there. The end is in sight. Yeah, I'm missing the music. Yeah, the elevator music. Elevator music, or maybe like Jeopardy or something. You're just sitting there waiting, twiddling your thumbs. All right. Finally, let's save. Although I'm pretty sure you don't have to save this part. I'm pretty sure it's permanent. Yeah. Okay, there's tree towers down there. Looking good. I wonder how many files are in here now. Let's see. Well, this is a cloud save, but we'll find out soon. Oh, he's here. He's still here. You're all good, man. I'm glad you're still here. What game you playing? Lurking around. That's all good. I lurk when I play games. Yeah, Discord's not telling me what he's playing. Were you playing Door Kickers? Not sure what this is or if I'm using it. New sprite. I wish there was a way, and there might be. I wish there was a way to see what they're being used by, like which objects. That would be fantastic. It's also interesting that some of these have a weird, what almost looks like a, almost like a hash value in front of their name, because I definitely didn't name these like that. It has a weird hash value before my naming convention. Some of them have it, some of them don't, but the ice picks seem to. So that's ice pick number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it breaks and then it continues down here. We have several different earth shots. This might be another one similar to that fire one that we need to get rid of. So these really blurry ones are smaller. With the eyes. No, just Discord shows that you played it. I was just going to ask, what is it? I've never even heard of that. It just sounds funny. Obviously, I could look it up, but... Alright, we've got a few backgrounds here. Not really using those. I'm going to go ahead and delete them. Deleting some backgrounds. I'll leave these here until I actually replace them. A little sad to see them go, but turning a new leaf so that we can close this old book. Something like that. Flat heart. These are not part of the game. Good riddance. Don't need this either. Goodbye. Probably don't need these. Enemy spawn? Probably don't. All right. All right, so I'm going to save. And then I'm going to, let's go to properties, make sure it has save as multiple files and apply. And then I want to do a save as to my computer. I'll say, what is today? 2/20/25, something like that. Keep the new project link to this game. Start a new game from the project. Let's start a new game from the project. Continue. Save. All right. I want to see how many files we have left in there and what the memory difference is. Should check it out for sure. It's a military tactical game that you can play co-op. You draw pads and choose facing direction and stuff. Best to look at the trailer. Oh, we have a minute here. We're importing some stuff. Were you playing number 2 Task Force North? Nice. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I'm gonna wishlist it. Yeah, it's in the somewhere between overwhelmingly and very positive. That came out. Oh, it's brand new. Well, that makes sense. Well, good for them. It looks like they have a lot, though, right? So they have a bundle. So Door Kickers from 2014, and Action Squad 2018, and now this one. It's just gone into version 1. Oh, like assuming that it's been was the beta early access available for a while? Nice. Okay. That makes sense. Kill House Games. This is almost like what you were talking about. I mean, it's part of the same name, but it's obviously a totally different look and feel. It's more of a platformer style, but it's in the same world. You're at level 7 in the game you're playing right now. What you playing? What you playing there, Blaze? Those clouds look good. Tunneler. Fun playing co-op and trying to complete a 30-minute level without a death, but yeah, it sounds tough. Let's check out Tunneler. Oh, in Roblox. Okay. That would make sense. I'm not seeing it here in Steam. That sounds cool. A Portal-like Roblox. That sounds fun. I swear I just saw a Broken image. Getting back into Wildlands co-op. I didn't play that one either, but it looks fun. Yeah, these Earth shots, I think some of these need to go. I know I just did the download. Let me just take a quick look at the folder. Just for fun. Okay, here is... Let me make 2 folders here. So previously on Yu-Gi-Oh! No, previously we had 1,256 items. On the left. We're down to 994, and I'm about to delete about another 15, so maybe 980. 980 assets, and we're going from... Oh, what's the folder size? Surprisingly, only 154 megs, but considering it's only a 2D game, that's pretty large. So we're going from 154 megs to 105. Making progress. Making progress. I'm going to close out of this though. And honestly, that's probably all I have time for tonight anyway. But let me go back into there because I made a copy. I want to go back into the cloud save. You're saying it's an old game now, but like hard mode plus it's open world. Nice. Sounds pretty dope. So let me take a look here at the Earth shots. We've got... So that goes to 34. That goes to from 0 to 33. That goes from essentially 1 to 34. So they both have 34 objects. And I think one is simply bigger than the other. So, and the bigger ones have .png as part of the name, weirdly. So let me look at the tower. Actually, let me look at tower objects. And let me search bullet. Okay, so here inside of this generic bullet object, we have a few different things. We're not actually using these purple ones for the arcane shot. We're actually using something else. But we do have the Earth shots without PNG in the name. So these would be the smaller ones. Pretty small. And am I using that? I think I actually am. I might not eat any of them. So I was previously going to have the Earth Tower attacking enemies with bullets. The tower top. Let's take a look. So I gave those the term tower head. So let's look at that. That might be it. You might be right. You're exactly right. So the bigger ones are the tower head of the Earth Tower. The smaller ones are for a bullet that no longer needs to be in the game. So, because I want the Earth Tower to feel different. It's going to do other things. So I'm going to delete those. I have them on the desktop anyway if I need them, but yeah, let's get rid of those. Make sure it's the smaller ones here. And actually, so tower head Earth. So tower objects, tower bullet. Let me delete that animation as well. You are exactly right. Here we go. So that'll give us, that's going to free up another 34 images. Keep us well under 1,000. And actually put these together in, not in Blender, but in Windows Paint 3D. Really high tech. Just took a coil thing, wrapped a foliage sticker on it. Called it a day. Rotated it like 34 times to get all the sprites. And here we go. So that's that. At some point, I'll need to figure out why I have slightly different angled... well, no, I do know why, actually. I had to angle one of these to make it look more realistic on a book. But I've got 3, so I don't know why I have 3. I should only have 2. Figure that out later. Debug, search, and multi-select on resources screen are much needed updates. I agree. I think that... I mean, I know there are a lot of feature requests in GDevelop, but I think for it to continue towards being like a serious contender, I don't think it's trying to compete with like say Unreal or Unity in terms of being like used by big professional studios. It's obviously oriented toward beginners because it's beginner friendly, but if it wants to compete with like medium level game engines, it needs solid debugging because that's a real pain point. George, what is going on, my friend? Happy Friday to you. Growing that stash, man. Is he growing the stash or is he too lazy to shave it off? And Blaze is here too. He's been taking it easy tonight. He's playing some Roblox Tunneler while he watches the stream. I appreciate it. How's your Friday going, man? Why do I have an MP4 here? What is this GG? Can I play this? Let me download it and figure out what in the world this is. Just ready for the weekend, yeah. 100%. Well, you're definitely almost there, so hang in there. Let's see, that looks like a, I think this was part of a game jam. No, this was part of a game jam someone else made the game and I played it. What? Why is it in GDevelop though? Why is this lurking in my tower defense asset folder? What the heck? Am I close to Texas? Yeah, I'm about 2.5-ish hours from the Texas, or two hours from the Texas border, depending on how fast we drive. So it's a day trip into Texas. Sometimes I go to Dallas and back in a day. It's very random. In fact, what size is that? That's going to remove another 6 megs. Out of 100, I think we're down to about 100 megs, I think it was. No. Now I'm confusing myself. We were down to... yeah, about 105, and I just deleted some stuff. So now out of 100, that thing alone is 6 megs. Oh, am I going to SXSW? That's why you asked. It's a good question. I don't have any plans at the moment, to be honest. Let me double check. Are you going to be there? Oh, you will be there. Sweet. So that's March 7th. How much is it? Also, where... so that was in Austin. Okay, Austin is not too terribly far. Yeah, so it's business priced, which is a little problematic. I don't have a... Korriban Studios is a little bit... it's not very liquid at the moment. Running a booth. Nice. Yeah, forget the platinum. Well, the company I work for, when they go to conventions, they don't go to these conventions. They go to, tech. But yeah, what you going to be hosting at the booth? Some public events. Let's see. Attendee resources, exhibition schedule. At the mini map booth. I was trying to see if you're on here anywhere. That doesn't look like they've... so the mini map would be not a game genre. It would be... it's an interactive platform for gamers, right? So... he didn't unplay the quest. The brands, events, exhibitors, and presenters have not been filled out. Looks like they haven't done anything with the page. Attendee directory? No. Browse everything. What do we got here? Are you anywhere in the system? Mini map. Oh, here you are. Look at that. Boom. Got some serious street cred going on here. Awesome. So, George, which days? This looks like it's the 7th through the 15th of March. Which days are you going to be in Austin? Oop, that just took me out. The 6th through the 14th. I'll make a note of it. If I can't promise anything, but man, we gotta have some dinner or something. Even if I can't get in there. And Code and Blaze need to travel internationally as well to meet us there. Platinum badges for everyone. Ah, I know Zach because of your podcast. That's cool. Yeah, that's dope. Cool beans. Yeah, let me put it in my calendar right now so I can remember to look it up. All right. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right. Yeah, one day in the future. Just get them some platinum badges as well, Code. It's fine. All right. Well, I think I'm actually going to bring this stream to an end because it's a little bit late here. Close GDevelop. You get the platinum badge because you're funded by the Korean government agency. Well, that's always nice. No, it's because that's exactly why they price them that way. Because, well, government backing, but also big companies who can purchase these things, get their tax write-offs, they can afford it. It's not for the individuals. It's not for the end consumers. It's for the companies. Yeah, I'm glad you all were able to hop on. I think we've all had a busy week, but we're almost to the weekend, so all you gentlemen, hang in there. And until next time, we'll catch you later. I think we're all about to go. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. George, glad you could hop on. Blaze, glad you could lurk. I'll talk to you all next time. And I hope you have fewer bugs than I do. I gotta throw that out there. And thanks for the hearts.